Hey, what's up? Back again.
That first bass note hit me in the chest, and I was just like, there's no way that's 2/8.
MB Enclosures has his own YouTube channel, and this guy is an animal when it comes to designing boxes.
What's up? It's your boy MB. Let's have a discussion about voice coils. Aluminum voice coils, copper voice coils. Which one are better? What does MB think? They have their uses. Both coil types have their uses. Let's look at the 5 kings right now. The Digital Designs 2508 has an aluminum flat round voice coil. King Kong, the DB Drive G7, has an aluminum flat round wide voice coil. The Kraken, the B2 Audio, has a copper voice coil. The DC Audio M4 has a copper voice coil. The Cosmos Audio EP900 has a copper voice coil. So all 5 of them have attained levels of 140. Arguably, in my opinion, the 2508 and the G7 8 can get a little bit louder. Why? Because they have the aluminum voice coil. One of the advantages of having an aluminum voice coil is that because they need more cross-sectional area to do the same thing as the copper, and we'll get into that, you get more windings on the former, which enables you to get a greater X-Max. Yes, you can. You can start getting into a greater X mechanical for sure. For sure, because you got the aluminum windings. Another advantage of using aluminum windings is the ability to handle heat better. Because not only do you have more windings, aluminum is a better dispenser of heat. It gets away heat faster than the copper coil. So that sounds like aluminum is better than copper. Now look at the advantages of copper. Number 1, copper is a better conductor of electricity. Yeah. Aluminum has a greater resistance over copper. So the more windings that you would need for aluminum wire inside the voice coil to interact with the gap, you don't need that many with a copper coil because it's a better conductivity of electricity. Another key advantage of using the copper coil. The copper coil can help the designer attain a given MMS over a aluminum coil. The greater mass can attribute to deeper bass. Whereas aluminum, which is lighter, you get more windings, but it's still not equal to the copper. I mean, there's changes. It's a possibility if you get enough windings, they go to the weight of the copper, and that coupled with the rest of the soft parts material, the soft parts, the surround, the spider, the cone, the form itself, that weight could be even out. And depending what they're doing inside the gap, the sound between the drivers is different. There is a different sound between an aluminum voice coil driver and a copper voice coil driver. Most SQ purists want copper over aluminum. Most SPL purists want aluminum over copper. Now, there's some trade-offs of that as well, because some of the coatings, some of the advantages that you could get with aluminum can be minimized or equal to the same thing as copper per se, except for that resistivity. That resistivity is going to stay the same. Now, aluminum wire is always going to have a higher resistance than the copper wire. Even if you're using copper-clad aluminum, the aluminum inside that copper-clad wire is going to have a higher resistance than pure copper. B2 Audio, Cosmos Audio, and DC Audio want a lot of emphasis on accuracy in the music. The less resistance they have with the copper coil enables for their lows to be very fingerprint, unique sound, deep. The G7 and the DB Drive, even though they do sound good for what they do, they're lighter coil, greater power handling than all of them. 1250 conservative between King Kong and Godzilla, the 2508 and the G7. Enables them to get a greater SPL output. And that's what I've found in my testing. In my time of testing, that, I think King Kong and Godzilla, they just edge out overall because they're able to handle a little bit more power. However, I like both. I like all of them. So sometimes in my personal vehicle, I go from aluminum to copper because I want to hear the copper sound and get just a little bit more accuracy. All my Kings though can take me to 140. We do know that. All my Kings can take me to 140. Some may be sounding a little bit different than others. So of those 5 that I named, I would, like I said, the M4, the Cosmos Audio, and the B2 Audio have a very unique, deep bass sound because of their copper coil. Reach it up for yourself. Look it up for yourself. Don't take people's opinion. Maybe buy both two Kings so you can hear the difference. I want y'all to comment below what y'all think, you know, between aluminum voice coils and copper voice coils, And I'll read your comments and we'll go from there. Keep this discussion going on. There's no right or wrong answer to this. There's no right or wrong answer. Just know that most times SPL drivers are gonna have a flat round aluminum coil. When to counteract the differences that they have with copper, you need more cross-sectional area. And when you make it equal that. But if you do it copper, you can know how to use that many windings. Now, the aluminum is gonna give you great expert. Copper is gonna sound better because it's gonna react to the signal because of its lower resistance than aluminum. That cannot be denied. That is fact. That is fact. Copper is a greater conductor than aluminum. But aluminum is a greater dispenser of heat than copper. What do you want? Output, sound quality. Now, with that being said, even the copper coils, if done by my trusted brands, DC Audio, Cosmos Audio, and DC, and B2 Audio, and DC, sound great. Those are those camps that say, yeah, my driver plays the low, whoa. And some of them never heard of aluminum coil. I've heard both, so I think my opinion has a little merit there. Take what it's worth. Do your research, man. Talk down in the comments, and we'll see what y'all all think, and we'll get to it. We'll see where it go. But in the meantime, I've been listening to aluminum coils for a long time. I'm finna pull out one of my Kings and start listening to a copper coil for a little while. Hey, y'all be blessed. Peace.